Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye. Nashto Praishu Abhadreshu Nittang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 5, text 21. Tvam atmanatmanam atmanatmanam avehi amoghadrik parasya pumsaha paramatmanaha kalam ajam prajatam jagataha shivaya tan mahanubhava adhigannatam tamatmanatmanam abehi amoghadrik parasya pungsho paramatmano kalam ajang prajatam jagato shivayatan mahanubhava bhudayodhigannatam tamatmanatmanam abehi amoghadrik parasya pungsho paramatmano kalam ajang prajatam jagata shivayatan mahanubhava bhudayodhigannatam tamatmanatmanam abehi amoghadrik parasya pungsho paramatmana kalam ajang prajatam jagato shivayatan mahanubhava bhudayodhigannatam Tvam, yourself, Atmana, by your own self, Atmanam, the super soul, Avehi, search out, Amoghadrik, one who has perfect vision, Parasya, of the transcendence, Pumsaha, the personality of Godhead, Paratmanaha, of the Supreme Lord, Kalam, plenary part, Ajam, birthless, Prajatam, have taken birth, Jagataha, of the world, Shivaya, of the well-being, for the well-being, Tat, that, Maha Anubhava, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, Abhudaya, pastimes, Adhigannatam, describe most vividly. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the Supersoul personally of Godhead because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly. Please repeat after me. Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the Supersoul, Personality of Godhead, because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, more vividly. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Vasudev is the empowered plenary portion incarnation of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. He descended by his causeless mercy to deliver the fallen souls in the material world. The fallen and forgotten souls are detached from the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord, and they are eternally servitors of the Lord. All the Vedic literatures, therefore, are put into systematic order for the benefit of the fallen souls, and it is the duty of the fallen souls to take advantage of such literatures and be freed from the bondage of material existence. Although formally Srila Narada is the spiritual master, Srila Vasudev is not at all dependent on the spiritual master, because in essence he is the spiritual master of everyone else. But because he is doing the work of an acharya, he has taught us by his own conduct that one must have a spiritual master, even though he may be God himself. Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Rama, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all incarnations of Godhead accepted formal spiritual masters, although by their transcendental nature they were cognizant of all knowledge. In order to direct people in general to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, he himself, in the incarnation of Vasudev, is delineating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Tamatmanatmanam abeha amoghadrik parasya pungsha paramatmana kalam ajang prajatam jagato shivayatan mahanubhavanu bhudayo dhigannatam. Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the Supersoul personality of Godhead because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared in this earth for the well-being of all people. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly. So here, Vasudev's identity is being revealed. Vasudev is an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And is coming from an authority like Narad Muni. It is not a matter of speculation whether one is an incarnation or what kind of incarnation. Like, it's not a matter of speculation. Like here you can see Narad Muni with his perfect vision knows, and that's why he's addressing. You know everything. And this is just your pastimes. That you are pretending, not pretending, that you are systematically presenting and as if the work hasn't been completed. Although you have done so much, divided the Vedas for the benefit of common people into 4 divisions, Rig, Sham, Jaju and Atharva, then you have systematically presented all the Upanishads and Puranas and Itihash and Dharma Shastra and Samhitas, and then finally you have given the Vedanta Sutra. And still you are feeling incomplete. You are feeling as if the job hasn't been properly accomplished, perfectly. It hasn't been done to the fullest extent. Therefore, you are feeling mental discontentment. So Narad Muni could detect that, and that's why he came and he is instructing Vasudev. And here, after all these instructions, Narad Muni's point was that you haven't properly glorified the Supreme Personality of God. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedya. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that in all the Vedas, he alone is to be known. So, Krishna is to be known, but the way you have presented, that is not becoming clear. Yes, in Mahabharata you have described, and in different Puranas it has been described, but it is not directly presented. Like people have to find out. Within Mahabharata one has to find the Bhagavad Gita. And in Puranas there are so many different descriptions. There are so many Puranas, 18 Puranas. And they are also mostly mode of goodness, mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and some are in the mode of goodness. So, and then different darshans, philosophies, and different other aspects, Karmakanda section, Jnanakanda section of the Vedas, they can be very confusing to people, like what to actually accept. And we have personally have experienced it. How many of you read Bhagavad Gita before coming to ISKCON? Before coming to ISKCON, how many of you read Bhagavad Gita? And what did you understand? What did you understand by reading Bhagavad Gita at that time? Although you thought you were understanding so much, didn't you? I mean, I'm saying from my own experience. I was reading Bhagavad Gita, I was thinking, oh, I'm understanding so much. I used to even take notes, thinking that, well, I'm understanding so much. But when I came across Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, then I realized I didn't understand anything. I didn't understand anything because those who wrote the Bhagavad Gita, they didn't understand anything. So when they didn't understand, how can they make me understand? Whereas Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, clear as crystal. Somebody was asking me what was the specialty about Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. Long time ago. He was a very famous lawyer in Calcutta. And he was coming close, and he had a nice relationship with me. And so he asked me, what's so special about Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita? So I told him, in Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, specialty about Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is, Prabhupada gave the last instruction of Krishna at the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. So right at the beginning, you get the clear understanding what Bhagavad Gita is speaking about. And then you see everything in that light, and everything becomes crystal clear. What is the last thing that you learn from Bhagavad Gita? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and surrender unto Him. Surrender unto Him. Don't have any doubt who Krishna is. Krishna is the unknown within yourself. These are all nonsensical ideas that was floating. So Krishna is not a person. Kurukshetra is not a place. Battle of Kurukshetra didn't take place. Kurukshetra is your own mind. And there is conflict going on between good and bad. Good is Pandavas, bad is Kauravas. Where did Krishna say that in Bhagavad Gita? And some other concept. Gita's instruction is you take the word in a reverse order. Gita Tyagi. So you have to be, Gita's instruction is that you have to become a Tyagi. All kinds of concocted ideas are floating like that. But Prabhupada did not give any room to any concoction. Straight. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is speaking about Himself, and He is telling you what you should do. Surrender. And when you begin with that approach, surrender. Yes, I'm surrendered. And now let me see what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. And then comes Prabhupada's purport. Everything becomes crystal clear. So anyway, the point is, Narad Muni is pointing out to Vyasdev. This is the problem. Directly, Krishna's identity has been revealed. Directly, you haven't mentioned that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You left it up to the readers to find out. And that's why the last word he's saying, therefore describe, in this verse he's saying, Narad Muni, although you are the incarnation, although you are unborn, although you have descended just to benefit the living entities of this world, but describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly, as if it hasn't been done properly as yet. So therefore do it. So when we approach the scriptures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, with that understanding, everything becomes crystal clear. It's a matter of revelation. The understanding is revealed in the heart. Just as dispelling the darkness, light appears, this transcendental knowledge appears in our hearts in this way. By the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master. And Prabhupada is pointing out in the purport, and Narad Muni also, through this act of Narad Muni knows that he is the Supreme Personality of God, incarnation of the Lord. So there's no difference between him and the Supreme Personality of God. But Narad, through this, Vyasdev as an Acharya is pointing out. In a way, we have to see it's his Leela. He is also telling us that you need a spiritual master to reveal the knowledge to you. That's the ultimate consideration. Fortunately, Narad Muni came and Vyasdev submitted himself to him, his spiritual master. Narad Muni also knew that Vyasdev is an incarnation, but he is playing the role of the spiritual master. This is how this system of disciplic succession is establishing the process. What is the process? Surrender. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena shevaya upadekshantite jnanam jnaninas tattarashina. Pranipatena. Humbly submit. Prakrishta rupena nipatena. Very nicely you fall in front of him, offering yourself. And when you do that, should it be just that? Offering obeisances? No. Question. Inquire from him. Whatever you don't understand, ask him. Pariprashnena. And sevaya, serve him to please him. And then he will reciprocate. What would be the reciprocation? Upadekshantite jnanam. He will instruct. Upadekshanti. He will advise, he will instruct that transcendental knowledge. And the transmission of that knowledge, how it will happen? At the beginning of Mahabharata, there is a very beautiful anecdote in that respect. How it will happen, how it happens. There was a sage called Dhaumya Rishi. Dhaumya was actually the priest or the guru, Kula gurus of the Pandavas. So Dhaumya had two disciples, Upamanyu and Aruni. So Upamanyu, one day Dhaumya, actually he had many other disciples. Out of them, two of them were very prominent, Upamanyu and Aruni, and their anecdotes have been described, like of Guru Bhakti. So Dhaumya Rishi got the news that the aisle of the wall that actually protects the water, keeps the water from in the paddy field, so that broke. So the flood water is coming in. No, it must be the other way around. In the paddy field, you have to keep the water inside, because the rice paddy grows when there is water. So he said that go and protect the field. And so Upamanyu went. It was night time, and the Upamanyu didn't come back. So Guru asked, what happened? Where's Upamanyu? The other disciples told that you told him to protect the paddy field. So he went and he didn't come back. So Guru went to the field. And it was already dark, he couldn't see him. So he asked, Upamanyu, where are you? So Upamanyu responded, Gurudev, I am here. Where? I couldn't protect the water from rushing in or rushing out. So with my body, I am protecting it. He laid down with his body to protect the water from flooding the field. So Guru was so pleased, he said, come. And then he blessed him. Let all the four Vedas become revealed in your heart. And just as the Guru said, let all the Vedas become revealed in your heart, all the Vedic wisdom was revealed in his heart. All the Vedas and all the scriptures be revealed in your heart. So this is the understanding. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. By the mercy of the spiritual master, the transcendental knowledge becomes revealed in the heart. It's not a matter of intellectual accumulation of knowledge. Material knowledge is intellectually accumulated by memorizing and by other things. But the spiritual knowledge is revealed in the heart. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. At the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam we find that. Tene Brahmarida Adikavaye Muhyanti Jatsuraya. Tene Brahmarida, the transcendental knowledge, this Brahma Gyan, was revealed in the heart of Brahma. Tene Brahmarida Adikavaye. So this is a process. And actually, what does the surrender to Guru mean? Surrender to Guru means surrender to Krishna. Guru is not saying surrender to me. Guru is saying surrender to Krishna. And the disciple sees, well, here is Krishna's representation. So the way I surrender to him, to that extent Krishna is going to see my surrender. Krishna will see the surrender. And we see sometimes many devotees become dangerously, or rather invite a very dangerous situation by developing an attitude thinking, I know better than my Guru. It happens. Exalted devotees also develop this attitude. I know better than the Guru. And the result will be good. Maya will say, okay, fine, come on my lap and let me suck your blood. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. Kato nidra jao maya pishachiro. Maya pishachiro. Maya is described by Bhaktivinoda Thakur here as a pishachi. Pishachi means a demoness. Demoness is licking the blood, sucking the blood. That's what Maya is doing. Letting everybody work so hard, wasting as if turning their blood into water for sense gratification. But what they get in return, in exchange, just unnecessary distress. So this is the process, we have to just understand the process in a very simple way. It is a very simple process. A very simple process. Three things we have to consider. Who are we? Where are we? And what are we supposed to do? Who are we? We are servants of Krishna. Where are we? We are in the lap of Maya, material nature. Why? Because we have rejected Krishna. And what are we supposed to do? Surrender to Krishna. And when we surrender to Krishna, then Maya is not going to be Pishachi anymore. Then Maya will become transformed as Yogamaya. And as Yogamaya, she will lead us to Krishna's lotus feet. In this respect, Prabhupada gives an example, very nice example. A policeman. It's a policeman, but to a criminal, is an object of fear. Right? Whenever a criminal, a thief, or a bandit sees a policeman, he runs away from them. And also when the policeman catches him, beats him up. Now, but to a law-abiding citizen, this policeman is a great source of security. Oh, police is here, I don't have to worry about anything. The same policeman to two different people appearing to be two different ways. So that's how also Maya. Those who are Krishna Bohirmukh, those who are averse to Krishna, Maya is a very, very frightening personality. But those who are law-abiding, to them, Maya is a source of security, source of inspiration, and a guide. Like an example, when somebody goes to meet the Prime Minister, the same policeman is escorting him to the Prime Minister. So this is how Maya is. She is Mahamaya only to those who are averse to Krishna. But the same Maya will become Jogomaya and take one to Krishna, lead one to Krishna. And all we have to do is just become properly situated. You have to become properly situated. Scriptures are there. Prabhupada's instructions are there. And that's the important thing, Prabhupada's instructions. Like we should always be very, very careful not to deviate from Prabhupada's instruction. That's another danger that sometimes comes. Deviation from Prabhupada's instruction. No, whatever we are doing must follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. And support Srila Prabhupada's instruction. Not hinder Srila Prabhupada's or obscure Srila Prabhupada's instructions. The process is very simple. Just as Vasudev is an incarnation of Krishna, we can also see that Prabhupada is also a very special spiritual personality who came to fulfill Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction. Should we think that Prabhupada is an ordinary person? By chance he actually did whatever he did? Many envious people actually think that way. Oh, accidentally Swami Maharaj went to America and it happened. Why didn't you go there then? They don't want to give the credit to Srila Prabhupada. They are thriving on the remnants of Srila Prabhupada, but don't want to give any credit to Srila Prabhupada. Anyway, what others are doing, it doesn't matter. But we must learn from them. We shouldn't do that. We should have implicit faith in Srila Prabhupada. One thing I can tell you, more faith you will have in Srila Prabhupada, more spiritual advancement he will make. That's clear. Prabhupada is a very special personality whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent. So if somebody sends somebody to represent him, and if you follow him, won't the other person the sender be happy with you? Oh, he's my representative and you are helping him. You are following him. You are assisting him. Very good. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna is saying, our attitude to Srila Prabhupada is going to be registered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How we are reacting towards Srila Prabhupada. So that is the attitude that we have to harbor. Here we are seeing Vasudev. Why did he come? To simplify the Vedic wisdom. In a similar note, why did Srila Prabhupada come? To fulfill the prediction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To every town and village. Prithivite ache jato nagoradi gram, sarvatra prachar hoibe mor naam. Everywhere, all over the world, in every town and village. So let's accept that. When Prabhupada came to fulfill that mission, and let's try to help him. Let's try to help him. And we can see how wonderfully it's happening. Like whenever we do something to assist Srila Prabhupada, immediately there is prosperity. Like so many, like for example, let's start with Juhu Temple. Juhu Temple was like a jungle area. I remember when I used to go to Bombay, we used to go to Juhu beach, not even up to there, for picnic or going to the ocean. It was going to, just like, you go for a vacation to some place, going to Juhu Beach was something like that those days. Even the devotees, they were reluctant to go to Juhu temple. They thought, who will come there? What will we do there? Especially American devotees were not very accustomed to this kind of hardship. But Prabhupada insisted. And today you can see, the most opulent part of Bombay today is Juhu. A jungle has become the most opulent part. Another example, Bhubaneswar. That place was the hideout for the dacoits. Literally, actually. But somebody gave that land thinking that, oh, that land is useless. And now they're lamenting. Oh, why did he give that? And although those days that was just the remotest part of Bhubaneswar city, today it has shifted to that area. That's the most thriving part of Bhubaneswar city. Ahmedabad, the same story. It was a remote place, but now you see all skyscrapers all around. I remember early days I used to go there. Our temple was the only thing there. There was nothing around. Mauritius. Our temple in Mauritius was another remote land. Who is here from Mauritius? Okay. You were a little child at that time. Do you remember? So, how was the temple? Yeah, there was nothing. But now, just next to our temple, in front of our temple, is a big shopping mall. The land price, there also, the person who donated the land, he is dead, but his children, his sons and daughters, are fighting with us to get some part of the land at least. And that is okay. In America, same thing with Detroit. That area was very, very run down. Prabhupada said nothing to me. Stay there. It has become such a thriving area now. So this is how we can see that when we try to assist Srila Prabhupada or to help Srila Prabhupada, prosperity immediately comes there. Therefore, just follow Srila Prabhupada's footsteps. Try to assist him in whichever way you can. Many of you are helping very nicely, that's very good. When Prabhupada came here, it's the Americans who helped. And after Prabhupada left, many of those American and Western devotees drifted away. Then the Indians came to help. And that's saved the movement actually. If the Indian support was not there, I don't know what would have happened. So continue to give your support. And always remember that by giving Krishna, you don't lose, but you gain inconceivably. First of all, whatever you're giving is recorded over there as your asset. You're making your bank balance up there while you're doing. And here also you get some bonus, right? I remember there was a Hindi song long time back. Tum 2 paisa doge, wo tumhe 10 lakh dega. You give him two penny and he will give you 2 million. So this is how the Lord reciprocates, and we should never doubt that. Always remember, by offering to Krishna, you simply benefit. And the benefit comes in twofold. Benefit here, benefit there. So, and I must admit that I have seen many of you are very, very generous. very generous. Like you go out of your way to help this movement, both financially and through other means. That's very nice, and help this movement in whichever way you can. By rendering your service, by rendering your wealth, by rendering your support, whichever way you can. Help this movement. I know in household life sometimes it's difficult because there's so many responsibilities. But whatever you can, just continue to support this movement. And the bottom line is, drops of water fill up the ocean. No matter how insignificant your contribution may be, but it will add to fill up the ocean. But at the same time, don't think that my means is very limited, so I'll just give only limited. So in that respect, there is one very nice saying, always remember that. Krishna doesn't see how much you gave. Krishna actually doesn't see how much you gave. What does Krishna see? How much you kept for yourself. That's what Krishna sees. So, anyway, but as Krishna also sees how much you gave. The point is that if a millionaire gives a few thousand, it's not very much. But a person with limited means gives a few dollars, that becomes a lot more. So it's not the amount. The point is, it's not the amount. It's with what attitude you are offering it. Thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Does anybody have any question or comment? Yes? Not an academic study. Academic study means trying to intellectually understand and get something to impress others or pass an exam, right? With certain mundane attitude, mundane objective. Read Prabhupada's books with the spiritual aspect. These books are meant to guide me in my spiritual life. So you see the difference between academic and shastric. You get it? Okay, in simple words I would say that don't study Srila Prabhupada's books just to memorize some verses and give an impressive Bhagavatam class. Or get a PhD degree. Or get some material recognition like that. Read Prabhupada's books for spiritual advancement. Apply it in your spiritual life. Whether somebody recognizes that or not doesn't matter. How you are benefiting, that should be the objective. Don't just study Prabhupada's books to impress others. Study Prabhupada's books to uplift yourself. Okay? Any other question? Who is that? Okay. Give her the mic. Okay, say it.
So I'm wondering, how do we know where to put our energy in the movement? I spoke to you about cultural opportunities yesterday in Philadelphia. There's so many places to put our energy and we drawn in either direction. Like and all the movement flowing. And so it's real. But how do we know where to go next? This has been my
Good point. Good point. What's the difference between 5 different direction and focus? What is the difference? Focus means one-pointed. Don't get diverted into too many things. Right?
So how do we know which one to focus on then? How do we decide that someone wants to take that time to just do this?
Okay, on your part, you see what's going to benefit you the most spiritually, right? And how it's going to benefit also propagation of Krishna consciousness. This is how you kind of, focus it. And if you have any question, if you have any doubt, then question some senior authorities, right? And that's a good point that you brought up, because I didn't want to tell you that. It's good that you are realizing. You're diverting yourself into too many things. And the result will be completely scattered, right? Focus into what you really want to do, what you like to do, what is going to be beneficial for your spiritual advancement, right? And do it. See what you like to do. What do you like to do more? Both. No, can't be both, cannot be equal. Then do both. Sometimes serve the devotees and sometimes preach. If you like to do both the things equally, then do it that way. And okay, you got the point. Okay, now try to focus. Hare Krishna. Yes. Well, I mean, say use your intelligence. Use your intelligence, because ultimately it's you who will have to decide, right? Use your intelligence, like, if some sort of compromise has to be made in order to kind of help others, say for example, somebody in the family wants to have onion. Is that, you said, yeah, that's an example. Yeah. Then at least, you can make a compromise like that. Okay, if you want, go ahead, you make your crepes with onions and our crepes without it. What are you going to offer to Krishna? Krishna doesn't take onion. Like that, And so use your intelligence, like if over an issue of onion, if the family is going to split, then better to compromise with onion. Just to give an example. Okay, thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Oh, you have some? Yeah, sure. Every Leela avatar? No. Right, yeah. Only, you see, avatara hi asankhayo. Sambhavami juge juge. Krishna appears many times in different yugas, but the Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna who resides in Vrindavan, that Supreme Personality of Godhead comes only once in a day of Brahma. That means once in a 1,000 Chaturjugas. that Supreme Personality of Godhead who reveals his Braja Leela. That is ones. But others are coming in Juge Juge. Like for example, Lord Ramchandra is coming in every Treta Yuga. And similarly different incarnations are coming whenever the need is there. Okay, is there any other question? Just that was the only one. Yes, Jagadishwar, you have a question? Oh, I see. Thank you all very much. So go take your breakfast, and the class will be, the seminar will start at 11 o'clock. You have made the announcement. 11 to 1 o'clock. And then 5 to 7. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.